This is Greg Troutwine with Maritime Reporter TV, and we're very pleased to be joined today by Jonas Tegström, CEO, and Staffan Sormark, CTO of Marine Jet Power, MJP, to discuss their innovative technology and trends in the market. Gentlemen, to start, can you give an overview of MJP today? A by the numbers look at the company using the metrics of your choice.
Hello, my name is Jonas Tegström. We are here at SMM together with my colleagues from MJP. MJP is today a true global waterjet producer. Today we are we have a core team around 100 people, but we are on a daily basis engaging around 250 to 300 people. We have a spread out production all over the world, basically in North America and in Europe and in Asia Pacific, in Korea to be specific. We are producing and installing and commissioning around 200 to 300 jets per year. That reflects how we are. Our setup is based on a service perspective. We are covering the globe almost 24/7 when it comes to service.
Gentlemen, obviously today there are many transcendent trends in the maritime industry, from decarbonization to digitalization to autonomy, unmanned systems. When you look at MJP, how does MJP fit in that discussion of future waterjet propulsion?
The decarbonization is of course a global challenge in all industries, but maybe especially challenging in the marine sector and in the fast marine sector that waterjets typically operate in. Yes. That requires a lot of new technology. It will require stepping stones in form of hybridization that we see a lot of here at the exhibition today. We see all the leading energy generation suppliers looking at hybridization and electrification, and that of course puts requirements on us as a propulsion supplier, as a waterjet supplier. We need to be able to continue supplying to the traditional markets where at same time we're adopting towards hybridization and even full electrification. We already have several projects in our order books today where we integrate towards electrical motors, batteries, and we play an important part in tying the project together.
Today, when you look at MJP, what are the traditional markets that you serve? But more importantly, what do you see as the key emerging markets that will drive your future?
Mm-hmm. There's still a lot of vessels built out there with energized by diesel motors, and of course that will remain in a lot of areas where high speed and long range is required. But we see definite a mix of energy sources where operation profiles vary a lot, where you go fast from one point to the other, but then you loiter a lot in one place, or you have more enduring operations at lower speeds. It's fully possible today to electrify part of that operation.
Of course, the offshore wind market is an important area for MJP, and what we see in that area is that new design concepts has been developed to have a more sustainable and more efficient operation when it comes to fuel consumption, since those vessels are out there almost 24/7. Another trend that we are working on is not just on the control side. We have, of course, our waterjets, which is top of the class, but we also have our control systems. And what we see is that to run those operations more efficiently, big data will come into the picture in another way that it has been done previously, so to speak. How can we use that data to help the captains, the crews, to run the vessels in a more efficient way?
definitely the offshore industry and offshore wind farm industry has a lot of challenges for the shipbuilders that we need to get on board with them to solve. And a key area, of course, is safety of operations. When you're putting personnel onto a wind farm at rough seas, you need to be sure that the equipment works and that you can maintain in position. And of course, the boat builders out there, and the operators, they focus a lot on our bollard pull requirements and the capability to generate thrust at 0 speed to maintain in position at the pillars. But speaking to the operators out there already in operation, they also talk about the need for maneuverability to stay on course at 0 speed with high winds from the side and waves pushing the vessel off course, and also the ability of quick switching between reversing and forward. When you get into the pillar, the wave is carrying you, and you have to quickly switch from going forwards to reversing, and that where waterjets and our waterjets really come into full effect, where we can switch extremely quickly from pushing full forward to reversing and stopping, and that we see as a package that we work a lot in our product development to tie that package together to get safe operation on board the wind farm vessels. Jonas talked about data and the data-driven concepts that we have. Today it's easy to collect a lot of data. We can use that in our product development. We can learn how the vessels are operated and tweak how we develop them and how we improve them to fit the operation perfectly. We can help the operators operate them in a safe way, but most importantly, we can improve our service concept.
Exactly.
We can make sure that the equipment has the uptime, the availability that everyone is looking for. I think there's a lot of new technology and trends, but what will be constant and maybe more prominent than ever is the need for quick, reliable, and dependable service.
And that is one of our key focus. Our tagline is a force to trust, and it's not just to have a tagline, it's really to be a force to trust out there in the market. Our jets should be reliable, they should have the best uptime, and we should be able to provide the best service to all our customers, wherever they are.
Okay.
That is.
You talked about digitalization. You talked about safety. Now, obviously, those two are very important factors in the autonomous trend, the unmanned trend that we're seeing throughout maritime today. But is MJP a part of that autonomy conversation?
100%, but we are deep into autonomous vessels. A big part of our business is the navy industry, and for some reason I cannot explain everything, but that's a big part of us. But we can divide this topic into two parts. Full autonomy is one thing, but we see also a trend when it comes to semi-autonomy, where the operators can reduce their crews and be able to support the vessel from shore. And we are, when it comes to workboats, etc., and passengers, we're talking much more about semi-autonomy. But when in other segments we're talking about full autonomy vessels, and we're deep into that topic, and we have already delivered several systems to that in that area.
I think it's a two-headed question for us. One part is being have clear interfaces, APIs for the top level integrator above us. There will always be different providers for the solution of remote control, autonomy, depending on what industry you go to and where we're talking. So for us, it's all about being easy to integrate to. You should be able to communicate through our control system with the jet and be an expert in controlling a jet in no time. And we already have solutions up and running for that, where we have really short integration time for the people making autonomous systems. And we want to be an easy partner to work with. But then part of autonomy is also the remote controlling, where we just move the bridge to shore, and we have solutions in that areas where we can mimic most of a bridge on shore, and we can make training times really short to have unmanned vehicles, unmanned vessels. But the other part of this is when you have an autonomous ship or an unmanned ship, you also have an unmanned machine, and that requires a lot more data being transferred to shore or to the computer running the boat, and I think that's an area that's easily overlooked, because you need to have a reliable operation over time as well, and you need to be able to transfer that data to where it's needed.